What that thing say? Shalom, Israel.
Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
All right, Shalom, Israel. Shalom, Shalom. I thought I saw something. I was like, whoa, shoot.
In your time of trouble. So Satan will say, hey, if you wasn't in that Bible, you wouldn't be going through half the stuff you're going through now. You had it better.
All right, Shalom, Israel. Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and all glory and all praises to the Most High God, Yahweh. And I do so in the name of His only God's Son, the Hamashiach. Yahweh Shadi Hamashiach, who the King James Bible calls Jesus the Christ. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shakwam Yasharala. All praises, all praises, all praises. So, we got new content. Y'all see it. Yeah, there you go. Y'all see how about y'all being so.
Cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Joseph's family was rich. Jacob was wealthy. He was taken from all that. Now he's in the midst of poverty, in jail, in prison. So what we're reading there, that doesn't go for us. And that's all for Father Joseph. Go back, Genesis 39.
Sir, verse 20. And Joseph's master took him and put him into the prison, a place where the king's prisoners were bound, and he was there in the prison. But the Lord was with Joseph, and showed him mercy, and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison.
And gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison. Give me that in Proverbs 16 and 7.
I'll write this. Let me see if I can write this on my phone. It's better to write it on the phone.
Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 7. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him.
Read that again.
When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him.
So that's what happened with Joseph. When we go back to Genesis 39 and 21 again.
Verse 21. But the Lord was with Joseph, and showed him mercy, and gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison.
That's right.
And the keeper of the prison committed to Joseph's hand all the prisoners that were in the prison. And whatsoever they did there, he was the doer of it. The keeper of the prison looked not to anything that was under his hand, because the Lord was with him. And that which he did, the Lord made it to prosper.
Whatever Joseph did, the Lord made to prosper. Next chapter. Read down.
Chapter 40 and verse 1. And it came to pass after these things that the butler of the king of Egypt and his baker had offended their lord the king of Egypt. And Pharaoh was wroth against two of his officers, against the chief of the butlers and against the chief of the bakers. And he put them in ward in the house of the captain of the guard, into the prison, the place where Joseph was bound. And the captain of the guard charged Joseph with them, and he served them. And they continued a season in war. And they dreamed a dream. Each man his dream in one night, each man according to the interpretation of his dream. The butler and the baker of the king of Egypt, which were bound in the prison. And Joseph came in unto them in the morning, and looked upon them, and behold, they were sad. And he asked Pharaoh's officers that were with him in the ward of his lord's house, saying, Wherefore look ye so sadly today? And they said unto him, We have dreamed a dream, and there is no interpreter of it. And Joseph said unto them, Do not interpretations belong to God? Tell me them, I pray you.
Now with that, go to Sirach 34. We're going to read 1 to 3 here. That's all you want, 1 to 3.
Ecclesiastes chapter 34 and verse 1.
Pay attention.
The hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false, and dreams lift up fools. Whoso regardeth dreams is like him that catcheth at a shadow, and followeth after the wind.
Don't chase dreams, that's what it's saying. Right?
The vision of dreams is the resemblance of one thing to another, even as the likeness of a face to a face.
So now Sirach is letting us know in verse 3 that when you have a dream, sometimes it's as one face as to another. Meaning, well, he's giving you a clue to understanding dreams from God. Meaning, you could have a dream about John.
Can y'all see? Okay, y'all see me typing. So it's almost a cell phone, it's a keyboard.
It's not Joe. It's someone similar to Joe. Maybe similar in age or what they do for a living. So it could be Bob. It might be Bob. You just have to know the people in your circle. All right? Read that verse in you.
The vision of dreams is the resemblance of one thing to another, even as the likeness of a face to a face.
Even as the likeness of a face to a face. All right, let's go back.
Oh my goodness.
What verse we at?
Yeah, verse 9.
All right, go ahead.
And the chief butler told his dream to Joseph, and said to him, in my dream, behold, a vine was before me, and in the vine were 3 branches, and it was as though it budded, and her blossoms shot forth, and the clusters thereof brought forth ripe grapes. And Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes, and pressed them into Pharaoh's cup, and I gave the cup into Pharaoh's hand. And Joseph said unto him, this is the interpretation of it. The 3 branches are 3 days. Yet within 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up thine head, and restore thee unto thy place. And thou shalt deliver Pharaoh's cup into his hand, after the former manner when thou wast his butler. But think on me when it shall be well with thee, and show kindness, I pray thee, unto me, and make mention of me unto Pharaoh, and bring me out of this house.
So he wanted to get out of that house, the dungeon. Go ahead.
For indeed I was stolen away out of the land of the Hebrews, and here also have I done nothing that they should have put me in the dungeon.
Come on, I gotta back out on this, cause you know they're giving me the flux for some odd reason.
So notice this calls the prison a dungeon, like in Lamentations. I'm just sure Lamentations. I think it's 2, or it might be 3. I forgot. Just popped into my mind. Lamentations, chapter 3, and started. It was 53. Read 53.
Lamentations chapter 3, verse 53. They have cut off my life in the dungeon,
In prison, right?
and cast a stone upon me.
Meaning he would never get out. So he's talking about Israel in captivity. That's what it seems like. Which goes with political prisoners who have been in there for a long time. Let's go back. That's another story. Another lesson. Let's go back. Yuri, where we at?
Yeah, verse 16.
All right, good.
When the chief baker saw that the interpretation was good, he said unto Joseph, I also was in my dream, and behold, I had 3 white baskets on my head, and in the uppermost basket there was of all manner of baked meats for Pharaoh, and the birds did eat them out of the basket upon my head. And Joseph answered and said, this is the interpretation thereof. The 3 baskets are 3 days. Yet within 3 days shall Pharaoh lift up thy head from off thee, and shall hang thee on a tree, and the birds shall eat thy flesh from off thee. And it came to pass the 3rd day, which was Pharaoh's birthday, that he made a feast unto all his servants. And he lifted up the head of the chief butler and of the chief baker among his servants.
So when it says lifted up his head, or keep reading, just keep reading.
And he restored the chief butler unto his butlership again, and he gave
What
the
did I
cup into
find?
Pharaoh's hand. But he hanged the chief baker, as Joseph had interpreted to them. Yet did not the chief butler remember Joseph, but forgot him.
So what day was this? This was Pharaoh's birthday. On wherever you read Pharaoh's birthday, Herod's birthday, the birthday of one of the Greek kings, something bad always happens. That's why we never celebrate a birthday, because it's a day of narcissism. It's a day of proclaiming yourself to be God. Give me that in Job 3:3. This is why Job said this about his day of birth.
Job chapter 3 and verse 3. Come on. Let the day perish wherein I was born.
Let the day perish wherein I was born. This is how the Hebrews felt regarding birthdays. Was that it, Yuri?
In the night in which it was said, there is a man-child conceived.
Give me Jeremiah 20 and 14. We never celebrated birthdays. Days of narcissism. Days to put ourselves up above God.
Jeremiah chapter 20 verse 14. Cursed be the day wherein I was born.
This Jeremiah saying the same thing Job said. Cursed be wherein the day I was born. Go ahead.
Let not the day wherein my mother bare me be blessed.
We never celebrated birthdays. Never. Y'all can put those on the screen. Yeah. All this foolishness, if y'all still doing it, it's for the children. Shut up! You narcissist. You evil black. Stop celebrating this evil. You got it from the white man who got it through when they did their archaeological digs. Oh, we should be celebrating birthdays. Stop celebrating this foolishness. It is not of God. It's of the devil. Back to
Oh, I
Genesis.
gotta do it on my phone.
Genesis chapter 41 and verse 1. And it came to pass at the...
You know what we're going to do? Let me look at it. No, I got to read all of it. Go ahead, read.
And it came to pass at the end of 2 full years that Pharaoh dreamed.
How old is Joseph now?
Mm-hmm.
19. 17. Yeah, 19. Go ahead.
That Pharaoh dreamed, and behold, he stood by the river. And behold, there came up out of the river 7 well-favored kine and fat flesh, and they fed in a meadow. And behold,
Oh, I gotta get the link.
kine came up after them out of the river, ill-favored and lean flesh, and stood by the other kine upon the brink of the river. And the ill-favored and lean flesh kine did eat up the 7 well-favored and fat kine. So Pharaoh awoke, and he slept and dreamed the second time. And behold, 7 ears of corn came up upon one stalk, rank and good. And behold, 7 thin ears and blasted with the east wind sprung up after them. And the 7 thin ears devoured the 7 rank and full ears. And Pharaoh awoke, and behold, it was a dream. And it came to pass in the morning that his spirit was troubled. And he sent and called for all the magicians of Egypt and all the wise men thereof. And Pharaoh told them his dream, but there was none that could interpret them unto Pharaoh. Then spake the chief butler unto Pharaoh, saying, I do remember my faults this day. Pharaoh was wroth with his servants, and in ward in the captain of the guard's house, both me and the chief baker. And we dreamed a dream in one night, I and he. We dreamed each man according to the interpretation of his dream. And there was there with us a young man in Hebrew, servant to the captain of the guard. And we told him, and he interpreted to us our dreams. To each man according to his dream he did interpret. And it came to pass, as he interpreted to us, so it was. Me he restored unto mine office, and him he hanged. Then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph, and they brought him hastily out of the dungeon. And he shaved himself and changed his raiment.
Can y'all show them shaving Joseph, please? Y'all have IT. I realize OC sent y'all all the images. You've only showed like 2. They over to sleep. So read that again, Yuri. I'm sorry.
Then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph, and they brought him hastily out of the dungeon. And he shaved himself and changed his raiment and came in unto Pharaoh.
Hold that. Get Proverbs 22:29, please.
Proverbs chapter 22, verse 29.
IT, I need y'all to pay attention. Don't be over there asleep. Go ahead.
Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean
Wait a
men.
minute. Read that again.
Seest thou a man diligent in his business?
See thou a man diligent in his business? Business meaning God's business. Hold that. Get that in Romans 12, around 10. We're coming back to you, Yuri, so don't drop it.
Romans chapter 12, verse 11. Not slothful in business.
Meaning God's business. Don't be slothful when it comes to God's business. Go ahead.
Fervent in spirit.
Fervent in spirit.
Serving the Lord.
That's the proof. Serving the Lord. Go back to Proverbs 22.
Proverbs chapter 22, verse 29. Seest thou a man diligent in his business?
He's talking about God's business. Go ahead.
He shall stand before
He
kings.
shall stand before kings. This why now, brothers, you're seeing us. We're meeting dignitaries across the world.
That's right.
Why? Because we've been diligent in God's business. Go ahead.
He shall not stand before mean men.
You know what it means by mean men? Bums. You ain't standing before bums. Yes, we meet dignitaries. You got clowns on the internet. I want to have a debate. Who are you? I'm Wop Babaloo Bopper, Wop Bam Boom. I got 3 followers and I got 100 views. Come argue with me. Nope. Sorry, you're a mean man. You're a bum. You're an obscure person. You're a loser. Why would we waste our time and talk to you? brothers gotta have that mentality. Stop talking to these bums on the internet. They're not worth your time. Because they get their clout off of you. As soon as they see the shirt, oh, I'm with IUIC, their numbers go. Y'all don't notice that? Stop being around them. Don't be in the face of these bums, because that's what they are, bums. Losers. Yuri, where we at?
We just read Proverbs 22:29.
Let's go back.
Yes, sir. Genesis chapter 41 and verse 14. Then Pharaoh sent and called Joseph, and they brought him hastily out of the dungeon. And he shaved himself, and changed his raiment, and came in unto Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I have dreamed a dream, and there is none that can interpret it. And I have heard say of thee, that thou canst understand a dream to interpret it. And Joseph answered Pharaoh, saying, It is not in me. God shall give Pharaoh an answer of peace.
That's right.
And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, In my dream, behold, I stood upon the bank of the river, and behold, there came up out of the river 7 kine, fat-fleshed and well-favored, and they fed in a meadow. And behold, 7 other kine came up after them, poor and very ill-favored, and lean flesh, such as I never saw in all the land of Egypt for badness. And the lean and the ill-favored kine did eat up the first 7 fat kine. And when they had eaten them up, it could not be known that they had eaten them, but they were still ill-favored, as at the beginning. So I awoke, and I saw in my dream.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry to interrupt. In verse 1, it just popped in my mind, and it came to pass at the end of 2 full years. Those 2 full years, it's not telling you how long Joseph was in this prison. Everybody got me? So he could have been way more than 19. Way more than 19. And as we read this, it's going to show you he was. Go ahead.
Verse 22. And I saw in my dream, and behold, 7 ears came up in one stalk, full and good. And behold, 7 ears withered, thin, and blasted with the east wind, sprung up after them.
Come on.
And the thin ears devoured the 7 good ears. And I told this unto the magicians, but there was none that could declare it to me. And Joseph said unto Pharaoh, The dream of Pharaoh is one. God hath showed Pharaoh what he is about to do. The 7 good kind are 7 years, and the 7 good ears are 7 years. The dream is one. And the 7 thin and ill-favored kind that came up after them are 7 years.
So ill-favored means those cows look sickly. You had 7 fat ones, and you had 7 skinny ones. The skinny ones ate up the fat cows. Right?
And the 7 empty ears, lasted with the east wind, shall be 7 years of famine. This is the thing which I have spoken unto Pharaoh. What God is about to do, he showeth unto Pharaoh. Behold, there come 7 years of great plenty throughout all the land of Egypt. And there shall arise after them 7 years of famine, and all the plenty shall be forgotten in the land of Egypt. And the famine shall consume the land, and the plenty shall not be known in the land by reason of that famine following, for it shall be very grievous.
Being very bad. Go ahead.
And for that the dream was doubled unto Pharaoh twice, it is because the thing is established by God, and God will shortly bring it to pass.
So that famine shall surely happen, Joseph is letting them know. Go ahead.
Now therefore, let Pharaoh look out a man, discreet and wise, and set him over the land of Egypt. Let Pharaoh do this, and let him appoint officers over the land, and take up the 5th part of the land of Egypt in the 7 plenteous years. And let them gather all the food of those good years that come, and lay up corn under the hand of Pharaoh, and let them keep food in the cities.
So Joseph didn't sleep. He's telling them exactly what to do. All right? To every problem, brothers, we must have a what? A solution. You got some spirits among us. For every solution, they got a what? A problem. Stay away from brothers and or sisters like that. Right?
And that food shall be restored to the land against the 7 years of famine, which shall be in the land of Egypt, that the land perish not.
Hold up. I can ask AI about this.
Pharaoh, and in the eyes of all his servants.
What verse you at?
We're at verse 39, verse 38. And Pharaoh said unto his servants, Can we find such a one as this, a man in whom the Spirit of God is? Verse 39. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, For as much as God has showed thee all this, there is none so discreet and wise as thou art. Thou shalt be over my house, and and according unto thy word shall all my people be ruled. Only in the throne will I be greater than thou.
So Joseph got elevated. Go ahead.
And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, See, I have set thee over all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh took off his ring from his hand, and put it upon Joseph's hand, and arrayed him in vestures of fine linen, and put a gold chain about his neck. And he made him to ride in the second chariot which he had. And they cried before him, Bow the knee. And he made him ruler.
I'm eating up the upload bandwidth.
Okay. We're going to tell the nations that too. Bow the knee. Everybody is going to bow. That's right.
And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I am Pharaoh, and without thee shall no man lift up his hand or foot in all the land of Egypt. And Pharaoh called Joseph's name Zaphnath-Paneah, and he gave him to wife Asenath, the daughter of Potiphar, priest of On. And Joseph went out over all the land of Egypt.
Why did he marry an Israelite? Because he worked on the Israelites there. Everybody got that? Go ahead.
Okay.
And Joseph
Hold
was
up.
30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
So that lets you know there was more time in prison than we thought. So he was 39. It's saying Joseph was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Go back to Genesis 37 and 2 again.
Genesis chapter 37 and verse 2. These are the generations of Jacob. Joseph being 17 years old.
So he was 17 when he went in. He was 13 years in prison. 13 years in prison. Came out at the age of 30. Everybody got that, right? Go back to Genesis 41, 46.
Verse 46. And Joseph was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
So he's 30 when he came out, stood before Pharaoh. He was in prison.
I'm here, y'all. I'm here. Y'all can.
Right?
And Joseph went out from the presence of Pharaoh and went throughout all the land of Egypt. And in the 7 plenteous years, the earth brought forth by handfuls. And he gathered up all the food of the 7 years, which were in the land of Egypt, and laid up the food in the cities. The food of the field, which was round about every city, laid he up in the same. And Joseph gathered corn, as the sand of the sea, very much, until he left numbering, for it was without number. And unto Joseph were born 2 sons before the years of famine came, which Asenath, the daughter of Potiphar, priest of On, bare unto him. And Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh, for God said, He hath made me forget all my toil.
That's what Manasseh means, made to forget. Okay?
In all my father's house. And the name of the second called he Ephraim, for God hath caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction.
Ephraim means fruitful.
And the 7 years of plenteous that was in the land of Egypt were ended, and the 7 years of dirt began to come. According as Joseph had said, and the dirt was in all the lands, but in all the land of Egypt there was bread. And when all the land of Egypt was famished, the people cried to Pharaoh for bread. And Pharaoh said unto all the Egyptians, Go unto Joseph, what he saith to you, do. And the famine was over all the face of the earth. And Joseph opened all the storehouses, and sold unto the Egyptians. And the famine waxed sore in the land of Egypt. And all the countries came into Egypt to Joseph for to buy corn, because that the famine was so sore in all lands.
You see what it's like when you have a plan, a solution? This is how we all must be. Whatever problems come or we foresee, let's start to move towards those solutions. Make moves of preparation for them. That's what Joseph did. He didn't sit around and wait for the dirt.
56.
The Most High showed
He
him
said
this was gonna happen.
56.
What you gonna do? He said, okay, I got a plan. I got a plan. This is what we're gonna do about it. This is how we gotta be in IUIC. Read on your
Chapter 42 and verse 1. Now when Jacob saw that there was corn in Egypt, Jacob said unto his sons, Why do ye look one upon another? And he said, Behold, I have heard that there is corn in Egypt. Get you down thither, and buy for us from thence, that we may live and not die. And Joseph's 10 brethren went down to buy corn in Egypt. But Benjamin, Joseph's brother, Jacob, sent not with his brethren, for he said, Lest peradventure mischief befall him.
in case something go wrong, something bad happen. Right?
And the sons of Israel came to buy corn among those that came, for the famine was in the land of Canaan. And Joseph was the governor over the land. And he it was that sold to all the people of the land. And Joseph's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him with their faces to the earth.
Which goes back to the, now we didn't read it, but when they were younger, Joseph had a dream that the brothers bowed down to him, and they got mad at that thing. So now it's actually coming to pass. Read on.
And Joseph saw his brethren, and he knew them, but made himself strange unto them, and roughly unto them. And he said unto them, Whence come ye? And they said, From the land of Canaan to buy food. And Joseph knew his brethren, but they knew not him.
So they didn't recognize him. They just thought he was an Egyptian. Then you know what? Joseph looked just like the Egyptians. They saw a black man dressed in Egyptian garments, speaking strange to them. They said, "This is an Egyptian." That's what they thought. That's what they assumed. Then you know that Joseph could not have been a Caucasian at all. He was stood out like a sore thumb. Right?
And Joseph remembered the dream which he
Now
dreamed
all
of
these
them.
things should have been shown earlier as we were reading this history. These images. I told you you'll see something there. Now they go back to me again. Go ahead, Yuri, I'm sorry.
And Joseph remembered the dreams which he dreamed of them, and said unto them, Ye are spies, to see the nakedness of the land ye are come. And they said unto him, Nay, my lord, but to buy food are thy servants come. We are all one man's son. We are true men. Thy servants are no spies. And he said unto them, Nay, but to see the nakedness of the land ye are come. And they said,
So I have no images with Joseph and his brothers. I see there's none. Okay, go ahead.
And they said, Thy servants are 12 brethren, the sons of one man in the land of Canaan. And behold, the youngest is this day with our father, and one is not. And Joseph said unto them, That is it that I spake unto you, saying, Ye are spies. Hereby ye shall be proved. By the life of Pharaoh ye shall not go forth hence, except your youngest brother come hither. Send one of you, and let him fetch your brother, and ye shall be kept in prison, that your words may be proved, whether there be any truth in you, or else by the life of Pharaoh, surely ye are spies. And he put them all together in ward 3 days.
3 days, go ahead.
And Joseph said unto them, The third day, this do and live, for I fear God. If ye be true men, let one of your brethren be bound in the house of your prison. Go ye, carry corn for the famine of your houses, but bring your youngest brother unto me. So shall your words be verified, and ye shall not die. And they did so. And they said one to another, We are verily guilty concerning our brother, in that we saw the anguish of his soul when he besought us, and we would not hear. Therefore is this distress come upon us. And Reuben answered them, saying, Spake I not unto you, saying, Do not sin against the child, and you would not hear? Therefore, behold, also his blood is required.
What verse you at?
We just read verse 22.
Go ahead.
Verse 23. And they knew not that Joseph understood them, for he spake unto them by an interpreter.
So that added to the dilemma. Joseph only spake to them through an Egyptian interpreter. Okay? The Egyptian interpreter understood Hebrew and was able to interpret that. Joseph made it as if he didn't speak Hebrew. Okay, but he did. So that made it more convincing that he was Egyptian. Right? Yuri?
Yes, sir.
Yuri?
Yes, sir. Verse 23. And they knew not that Joseph understood them, for he spake unto them by an interpreter. And he turned himself about from them and wept, and returned to them again.
So although they did evil to Joseph, he still loved them. He still loved his brothers. He had to turn from them and cry privately. Okay?
And took from them Simeon, and bound him before their eyes. Then Joseph commanded to fill their sacks with corn, and to restore every man's money into his sack, and to give them provision for the way. And thus did he unto them. And they laded their asses with the corn, and departed thence. And as one of them opened his sack to give his ass provender in the end, he espied his money. For, behold, it was in his sack's mouth. And he said unto his brethren, My money is restored, and lo, it is even in my sack. And their heart failed them, and they were afraid, saying one to another, What is this that God hath done unto us? And they came unto Jacob their father unto the land of Canaan, and told him all that befell unto them, saying,
Oh, no, they got something.
The man who is the the Lord of the land spake roughly to us, and took us for spies of the country. And we said unto him, We are true men, we are no spies. We be 12 brethren, sons of our father. One is not, and the youngest is this day.
When it says one is not, meaning one died, one is dead. Okay?
And the youngest is this day with our father in the land of Canaan. And the man, the Lord of the country, said unto us, Hereby shall I know that ye are true men. Leave one of your brethren here with me, and take food for the famine of your household, and be gone. And bring your youngest brother unto me. Then shall I know that ye are no spies, but that ye are true men. So will I deliver you, your brethren, and ye shall traffic into the land.
Meaning do business, okay?
And it came to pass, as they emptied their sacks, that behold, every man's bundle of money was in his sack. And when both they and their father saw the bundles of money, they were afraid. And Jacob their father said unto them, Me have ye bereaved of my children. Joseph is not, and Simeon is not.
See, yeah, Joseph is dead, Simeon is in prison. Go ahead.
And you will take Benjamin away.
And now you want to take Benjamin away? Go ahead.
All these things are against me. And Reuben spake unto his father, saying, Slay my 2 sons, if I bring him not to thee. Deliver him into my hand, and I will bring him to thee again. And he said, My son shall not go down with you.
Y'all just remember what Reuben has been trying to do from when they first put Joseph in the pit. Remember, Reuben suggested the pit so he could go back and save him. Now, Reuben is saying, take my 2 sons, kill them if I don't bring them back. I'm showing you the characteristic of Reuben is going to play a part later on. Go ahead.
And he said, My son shall not go down with you, for his brother is dead, and he is left alone. If mischief befall him by the way in the which ye go, then shall ye bring down my gray hairs with sorrow to the grave.
Go ahead.
Chapter 43, verse 1. And the famine was sore in the land.
And the famine was sore in the land. Hold that, Yuri. Get Acts 11:28. There's always been famines. The only difference is now we think a famine could never, ever happen because we've been accustomed here. Read that.
Acts chapter 11, verse 28. And there stood up one of them named Agabus, and signified by the Spirit that there should be great dearth throughout all the world.
See that?
Which came to pass in the days of Claudius Caesar.
So it didn't take place when Agabus had that vision, that dream, that famine was coming. That was he dreamt that under Caligula. Caligula was then put to death. Then Claudius came in many years later. And read that again, Yuri, so we get the thought.
And there stood up one of them named Agabus, and signified by the Spirit that there should be great dearth throughout all the world.
Hold up, let me see, what is this at? 8. Just something real simple, y'all.
Which was like maybe anywhere from 5 to 10 years later. Okay, I'm saying that for a reason. We're telling y'all famine is coming, and some of y'all are preparing, some of y'all are not. Give me that second Esdras. Chapter, is it 15? Chapter 16, just read 19.
Second Esdras, chapter 16, verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
Read down.
But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourge.
So the scourges come like, what happened with George Floyd among us was a scourge. 9/11 was a big scourge. But you know what our people tend to do? We forget. We tend to forget. Like we got a little civil rights in the around 65 or 60.
Ain't got a marker in this sucker.
Which was what? How many years ago was that? 75?
Ain't got a marker in this sucker.
How many years? 62? All right, you're all right. 62 years. Black people have forgotten. They said, okay, that can never happen again. Now they're getting rid of Northern Kingdom from the fields, picking the freaking what are they picking? The agricultural work, beans, bananas, whatever. They say, well, if you kicking them all out the country, who's gonna do it? Black people ain't gonna do it. The black people said, we ain't doing that. The white man said, oh yes, you will do it. Now white folks is creating, they're bringing back those vagrancy laws. you ain't got a job, or now they said if you're homeless first, you're gonna get arrested. They're putting that's in Congress now. You will get arrested. That's if it passes. And if you get arrested, guess what you'll become? A slave. And guess what you'll be picking? Oh, you're gonna be picking them things that you were laughing at with Issachar doing, or you niggas gonna be doing the same thing. Keep playing. When Trump said make America great again, he's gonna bring slavery back. Yep. Why Trump is making bankruptcy laws great again. Falling under the 13th Amendment. Y'all keep playing with this white man. Damn. And that's what it's saying. Here, read that again, Yuri.
Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
It's verse 20 we want. Watch this.
But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourge.
Yeah, well, our ancestors went through in the 60s. That was bad, but it's a long time ago, 62 years ago. It's just like stupid people in South Africa. Apartheid just ended. They make like it never existed. And y'all be getting, we not talking about South Africans. Y'all in America's the same way. That stuff in the 60s, that was so long ago. Forget about that. No, it can never happen again. Now, all your black congresswomen and all your black congressmen, white man said this. He said, you know what? You got, what's her name, Jasmine Crockett? And there's another one who got a big mouth. White man said, you know what? What if we change the district lines to incorporate more white folks in her district? So they said, you know what? Sounds like
I gotta do this on the phone.
They moved her district from here. Let's say all this is Esau. Let's say all this is Esau. They moved from here. Now all Esau said, well, we don't want her to represent us. Now she ain't got a seat. Come this coming election, she ain't got no seat. Now black folks ain't got no talking points in Congress. Yeah. Now she's supporting Amalek over there. Okay? Read that, put that on the screen. Read that, Yuri.
Texas GOP's new map would move Representative Crockett's home out of her district /dim seats.
They doing that with all the black folks. They doing that with all the black folks. Make America great again! Damn it! Yes! See, we happy for that. We like that stuff. Because we've been warning blacks and Latinos for years, and y'all been going to pick the middle finger. It ain't going to happen to us. That's what y'all was doing. That's what y'all was doing to us. We're like, okay. Laugh now, you're going to cry later. Now you're seeing all this stuff happening. We're like, told you. We've been telling you. No, America's a great country. It's for us. This is the promised land. All right. You going to see. Yuri, where we at? No, read on, Yuri, read.
Yes, sir. Verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case.
Things are so cheap, you can just walk down the corner store, get all your food. And you know what they're doing now? They said, you know what? Black fatigue is real. It's not that we really hate, they said, this is white folk. It's not that we hate them so much. It's more like, we don't give a damn about them no more. They're making us sick. Everything they put their hands to, they freaking destroy. Look at the Carnival boats. We lower the price. We let them on, and look what they do. There's a fight. Men and women throwing chairs, beating up security. So now, Carnival's thinking about raising the price, because right now it's like $99. Something like, I don't know, whatever it is. They're thinking about raising it to $2,000 per person. They said that's how you eliminate black folks. Then they said, let's start moving all the supermarkets out of their communities. So they gotta drive 20 miles to the nearest supermarket. Or you thought it could never happen. While black folks are burning down stores and all, we mad, burn down the store. Like in South Africa. I'm gonna show you the similarity with stupid South Africans and stupid Americans. South Africans, now I'm gonna start with Idi Amin first. All right, Idi Amin, put Idi Amin on the screen.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 12.
Idi Amin, President of Uganda, Nilo. I'm gonna show you. As stupid as he was with this incident, is stupid South Africa and stupid black Americans.
Let me see, Habakkuk 2:17. That's good.
Yuri, keep reading because the IT's slow.
Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case.
You shall think yourselves to be in good case, go ahead.
And even then shall evil upon earth.
Or there's a lot of evil going on earth behind the scenes. Go ahead.
Sword,
Sword.
famine,
Where is this at? And y'all want to do this.
Great confusion.
for many of them that dwell upon
Caterpillars.
earth shall perish of famine.
Jeremiah, y'all know I misspelled it.
Escape the hunger shall the sword
Jeremiah
destroy.
51:14.
Idi Amin. I-D-I. His name is I-D-I. Idi, I believe it is. Amin. It's R-A-H. In my guess, that is him. Woo! Idi Amin. Let me tell you what he did. Where was he president? Zoom in. I can't. My eyesight. President of Uganda. This is what he did. Let me show you. He said, you know what? Uganda is for Ugandans. I want all white people and Asians out of my country. You have 2 weeks. Leave your businesses right where they are. They ain't going nowhere. He got rid of everything. All the Ugandans. Woo! Get rid of them. Then Idi Amin said, put his face on the screen. Idi Amin said, Ugandans, now their businesses are your businesses. They were so happy, but guess what? None of those Ugandans had any experience or expertise in the imports and exports of the merchandise they had in the stores. The textiles. So guess what happened to those stores? They collapsed. They collapsed. So now I'm bringing it on up to today, the stupid South Africans. Same thing with what they call it. Then you put South, I'm talking about South Africa, IT. Xenophobia, South Africa. Let me see some images. Oh, yeah, put it on the screen. Just put the whole thing on the screen. In South Africa, right now, today. I saw, see that video in the middle? Roll over it right there with the striped shirt. Oh, that was a terrible video. They beat the hell out of that brother so bad. You have legal
Oh my goodness.
migrants from Ghana,
I got back out and jumped back in.
Nigeria, where else? The other place, all over. I'm talking about the legal. I'm not talking about people that entered the country illegally as refugees. That's a small number. The greater number are Nigerians, Ghanaians, and other people from that region over there, from the ECOWAS area, who have legitimate businesses in South Africa. These people are saying the reason we have no jobs is because other Africans are stealing our jobs. So they're kicking them all out. A whole plane load of Ghanaians just left South Africa, went back to Ghana. Same with Nigeria. Look at these morons, total morons, idiots. And they act like, because we met a lot of them, they act like apartheid never happened there. It's so freaking stupid. Yeah, Zimbabwe, Mozambique.
Oh my goodness, I can't even get to the bottom of this book in this phone.
They're making them all leave. They had tried to attack the white man. White man started shooting their black behinds. Bam, bam, killed 2 of them. They never try that again. And the government ain't saying nothing about it. So, and hospitals, I forgot hospitals. Can you imagine, you're in this country, in the hospital. They went in the hospital. If you were not...
Let me do this laundry. I'm getting frustrated, y'all. I can't even, right on this book.
That's just another level of evil to me. Another level of evil. Say it, Mike.
There was a sister ready to give birth, trying to enter the hospital, and they wouldn't let her go in to have her baby. Let me tell you about stupid. Listen, I hate stupid people. Stupid people should not be alive. Let me tell you how stupid these people are. I've been to South Africa. We've been to South Africa, especially Johannesburg. Listen, 90% of the business in the country owned by white people. 90%. And I'm talking about the biggest corporation you can think of owned by white people. These Africans they're kicking out. They own little store here, little store here. That's what they're kicking out. And they're blaming them for their job. Their job, these people from Ghana, Nigeria is doing, South Africans are doing them. They're not doing them. And guess what? Same thing that happened. Okay, put on the screen.
Notice, what is
Same thing that happened in Uganda is the same thing that happened again. I'm going to tell you something else. White people own 90% of the land in South Africa. 90% of the land owned by white people. It's not Nigerian who own those land. It's not Ghanaian who owns those land. The enemies are in their face. What did they do? They turn against their own brothers. When the enemies right in front of them, stupid people should not leave.
Yep.
I'm telling you, nothing worse than stupid people. Black people.
stupid? Yep. What's it got to do with us today? It's the same thing going on today. Same thing. And you know white folks is behind all of that. Paying them dummies to riot and all of that. Anyway, black people do the same thing over here. You riot, you burn down your stores, not thinking, hey, why don't we open up? See, the thing to do is open your own stores. But you know why? You know, opening your own stores, you never thought in advance. Hey, let's save our money and do this kind of, we can do our own Walmart. We can do our own supermarket. No, we're not thinking like that. We'd rather burn SH down and then complain. There's no difference between South Africa and Uganda and black people, just dummies. Dummies running through the street with all kind of problems, but nobody got solutions to the problems. Nobody. Okay? White man said, I got a solution. It's called jail time. And you're going to be my slave once again when we take you to prison.
All right, y'all, I'm coming back.
Everybody understand what I'm saying now, right?
I'm coming back.
Everybody understand what I'm saying, right? I know some got your feelings hurt, you're mad. I don't give a damn. I'm telling you the truth. That's my job. Stop being black. Where were you at?
Verse 22.
I can't stop being black. I'm black and ashy. Where were you, Yuri?
Verse 22.
Where?
2nd Esdras chapter 16, verse 22.
Okay.
For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine.
So the Bible's telling you famine is going to be upon the earth. But I know you say never in America. Living in America. Nobody know what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
Go back, Yuri.
All right, I'm back, y'all.
43 and verse 1.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, I still got the same problem. I got like, let me restart this whole phone.
Up the corn, which they had brought out of Egypt. Their father said unto them,
No, I can't. I got stuff on this phone. I can't. I guess I got to.
The man did solemnly protest unto us, saying,
Let me see if this
You shall
works.
not see my face, except your brother be with you. If
You
thou,
bring your baby brother Benjamin. Go ahead.
if thou wilt send our brother with us, we will go down and buy thee food. But
Let me
if thou
restart
wilt
this
not send
phone.
him, we will not go down. For the man said unto us, Ye shall not
I gotta
see
restart
my
this
face,
phone.
except your brother be with you. And Israel said,
I don't know what's up with this phone. It's just like you won't let me highlight words. You feel me?
The man asked us straightly of our state and of our kindred, saying, Is your father yet alive? Have ye another brother? And we told him according to the tenor of these words. Could we certainly know that he would say, Bring your brother down? And Judah said unto Israel, his father, Send the lad with me, and we will arise and go, that we may live and not die, both we and thou, and also our little ones. I will be surety for him. Of my hand shalt thou require him. If I bring him not unto thee, and set him before thee, then let me bear the blame forever.
So now, I'm going to show y'all something. Get Isaiah 34:16. Pay close attention. Yuri, going to do some reading. Isaiah 34:16.
Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail.
No prophecy shall fail.
None shall want her mate.
You cannot mate another book with the Bible. And what happens is, now what Esau's doing, they're putting other books. When you download a Bible app, it's coming with all kind of other, y'all seen them additional books? I'm not talking about the Apocryphal books that we got. The other ones like Enoch, Jasher, and all of that. So I'm flipping. I said, you know what? Let me take a look through the book of No, I didn't take a look. You know, I put on Bible apps when I go to sleep on YouTube. And you know, when the audio ends, it'll go to the next or another one. So I'll wake up and it's the book of Jasher. And it sounded strange to me because I was like, that didn't happen. No, what's that? I click, I said book of Jasher. I'm going to show you the book of Joshua chapter 54. Watch this. This is why I stay away from these books. Yuri, I need you to read this.
Book of Joshua, chapter 54. And when Judah saw the dealings of Joseph with them, Judah approached him and broke open the door and came with his brethren before Joseph.
Uh-huh.
And Judah said unto Joseph, let it not seem grievous in the sight of my Lord. May thy servant, I pray thee, speak a word before thee. And Joseph said unto him, speak. And Judah spoke before Joseph, and his brethren were there, standing before them. And Judah said unto Joseph, surely when we first came to our Lord to buy food, thou didst consider us as spies of the land, and we brought Benjamin before thee, and thou still makest sport of us this day. Now therefore, let the king hear my words, and send I pray thee our brother, that he may go along with us to our father, lest thy soul perish this day with all the souls of the inhabitants of Egypt. Dost thou not know what two of my brethren, Simeon and Levi, did unto the city of Shechem, and unto 7 cities of the Amorites, on account of our sister Dinah, and also what they would do for the sake of their brother Benjamin? And I, with my strength, who am greater and mightier than both of them, come this day upon thee in thy land, if thou art unwilling to send our brother. Hast thou not heard what our God, who made choice of us, did unto Pharaoh, on account of Sarah our mother, whom he took away from our father, that he smote him and his household with heavy plague, that even unto this day the Egyptians relate this wonder to each other? So will our God do unto thee on account of Benjamin, whom thou hast this day taken from his father, and on account of the evils which thou this day heapest over us in thy land. For our God will remember his covenant with our father Abraham, and bring evil upon thee, because thou hast grieved the soul of our father this day. Now therefore, hear my words that I have this day spoken unto thee, and send our brother that he may go away, lest thou and the people of thy land die by the sword. For you cannot all prevail over me.
For you cannot all prevail over me. Watch.
And Joseph answered Judah, saying, why hast thou opened wide thy mouth? And why doest thou boast over us, saying, strength is with thee? As Pharaoh liveth, if I command all my valiant men to fight with you, surely thou and these thy brethren would sink in the mire. And Judah said unto Joseph, surely it becometh thee and thy people to fear me, as the Lord liveth. If I once draw my sword, I shall not sheath it again, until I shall this day have slain all Egypt. And I will commence with thee and finish with Pharaoh thy master.
Then that restart didn't do nothing.
Surely strength belongeth not alone to thee. I am stronger and mightier than thou. Surely if thou drawest thy sword, I will put it to thy neck and the necks of all thy brethren. And Judah said unto him, surely if I this day open my mouth against thee, I will swallow thee up, that thou beest destroyed from off the earth, and perish this day from thy kingdom. And Joseph said, surely if thou openest thy mouth, I have power and might to close thy mouth with a stone, until thou shalt not be able to utter a word. See how many stones are before us? Truly I can take a stone and force it into thy mouth and break thy jaws. And Judah said, God is witness between us, that we have not hitherto desired to battle with thee. Only give us our brother, and we will go from thee. And Joseph answered and said, as Pharaoh liveth, if all the kings of Canaan came together with you, you should not take him from my hand. Now therefore go your way to your father, and your brother shall be unto me for a slave, for he has robbed the king's house. And Judah said, what is it to thee, or to the character of the king? Surely the king sendeth forth from his house throughout the land silver and gold, either in gifts or expenses. And thou still talkest about thy cup, which thou didst place in our brother's bag, saying that he has stolen it from thee? God forbid that our brother Benjamin, or any of the seed of Abraham, should do this thing, to steal from thee or from anyone else, whether king, prince, or any man. Now therefore, cease this accusation, lest the whole earth hear thy words, saying, for a little silver the king of Egypt wrangled with the men, and he accused them and took their brother for a slave. And Joseph answered and said, take unto you this cup, and go from me, and leave your brother for a slave, for it is the judgment of a thief to be a slave. And Judah said, why art thou not ashamed of thy words, to leave our brother and to take thy cup? Surely if thou givest us thy cup, or 1,000 times as much, we will not leave our brother for the silver which is found in the hand of any man, that we will not die over him. And Joseph answered, and why did you forsake your brother and sell him for 20
predecessors
unto this day? And why then will ye not do the same to this your brother? And
Raise it up. I would have jumped to the point. Raise it up, raise it up, raise it up. Raise it up. Stop. Start at 28 right there.
Verse 28. And when Judah heard this thing, he was exceedingly wroth, and his anger burned within him. And there was before him in that place a stone, the weight of which was about 400 shekels. And Judah's anger was kindled, and he took the stone in one hand, and cast it to the heavens, and caught it with his left hand. And he placed it after
Superman here. Go ahead.
And he placed it afterward under his legs, and he sat upon it with all his strength, and the stone was turned into dust from the force of Judah. And Judah saw that. And Joseph saw the act of Judah, and he was very much afraid. But he commanded Manasseh his son, and he also did with another stone like unto the act of Judah. And Judah said unto his brethren.
Now remember, Manasseh and Ephraim were little kids. Right?
And Judah said unto his brethren, let not any of you say, this man is an Egyptian, but by his doing this thing, he is of our father's family. And Joseph said, not to you only is strength given, for we are also powerful men. And
another thing I want to put in here.
And Judah said unto Joseph, send, I pray thee, our brother, and ruin not thy country this day. And Joseph answered and said unto them, go and tell your father, an evil beast hath devoured him, as you said concerning your brother Joseph. And Judah spoke to his brother Naphtali, and he said unto him, make haste, go now.
IT, can you raise it up so we can see it, please? Oh, God. Good.
Make haste, go now, and number all the streets of
Hold
Egypt,
on, let me see.
and come and tell me. And Simeon said unto him, let not this thing be a trouble to thee. Now I will go into the mount, and take up one large stone from the mount, and level it at everyone in Egypt, and kill all that are in it.
Wow.
And Joseph heard all these words that his brethren spoke before him. And they did not know that Joseph understood him, for they imagined that he knew not to speak Hebrew. And Joseph was greatly afraid at the words of his brethren, lest they should destroy Egypt. And he commanded his son Manasseh, saying, go now, make haste, and gather unto me all the inhabitants of Egypt, and all the valiant men together, and let them come to me now upon horseback, and on foot, with all sorts of musical instruments. And Manasseh went and did so. And Naphtali went as Judah commanded him.
Listen to this.
For Naphtali was light-footed as one of the swift stags, and he would go upon the ears of corn, and they would not break under him.
So he was so quick and fast, he could run on corn without them breaking, right?
And he went and numbered all the streets of Egypt, and found them to be 12. And he came hastily, and told Judah. And Judah said unto his brethren, hasten you, and put on every man his sword upon his loins, and we will come over Egypt and smite them all, and let not a remnant remain. And Judah said, behold, I will destroy thee of the streets with my strength, and you shall each destroy one street. And when Judah was speaking this thing, behold, the inhabitants of Egypt and all the mighty men came toward them with all sorts of musical instruments and loud shouting. And the number was 500 cavalry and 10,000 infantry, and 400 men who could fight without sword or spear, only with their hands and strength. And all the mighty men came with great storming and shouting, and they all surrounded the sons of Jacob and terrified them. And the ground quaked at the sound of their shouting. And when the sons of Jacob saw these troops, they were greatly afraid of their lives. And Joseph did so in order to terrify the sons of Jacob to become tranquilized. And Judah, seeing some of his brethren terrified, said unto them, why are you afraid, whilst the grace of God is with us? And when Judah saw all the people of Egypt surrounding them at the command of Joseph to terrify them, only Joseph commanded them, saying, do not touch any of them. Then Judah hastened and drew a sword, and uttered a loud and bitter scream. And he smote with his sword, and he sprang upon the ground, and he still continued to shout against all the people. And when he did this thing, the Lord caused the terror of Judah and his brethren to fall upon the valiant men and all the people that surrounded them. And they all fled at the sound of the shouting, and they were terrified and fell one upon the other.
All the Egyptian army is running from Judah. Right.
And men many of them died as they fell. And they all fled from before Judah and his brethren and from before Joseph.
That's all I want. This did not happen. When Judah beat the entire Egyptian army, that did not happen. It makes nice fairy tale stuff, but it contradicts the biblical text. Everybody see that, right? And it goes worse and worse. If y'all flip through it and read it, you get a good laugh. Go back, Yuri, to where we at initially. Where we at? Genesis 43.
Yes, sir.
And what verse you was at? Yuri? You in 43, 10? Okay, let's start at 10.
Yes, sir. Genesis chapter 43, verse 10. For except we had lingered, surely now we have returned the second time.
Okay, it's 8 o'clock. We're going to have to rush, Jerry. Jump down to where Jacob comes into Egypt. And he says, go to, tell him, where does Jacob come in? Yeah, bear with me. 44. Let me see. Jump to chapter 44. I want to see when Jacob comes. 45. Bear with me a second. I'm looking at the time and I already see 46 and 5. All right, let's jump there.
Genesis chapter 46 and verse 5. And Jacob rose up from Beersheba, and the sons of Israel carried Jacob their father, and their little ones, and their wives, and the wagons, which Pharaoh had sent to carry him. And they took their cattle and their goods, which they had gotten in the land of Canaan, and came into Egypt, Jacob and all his seed with him, his sons and his sons' sons with him, his daughters and his sons' daughters, and all his seed brought he with him unto Egypt. And these are the names of the children of Israel, which came into Egypt, Jacob and his sons, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and the sons of Reuben, Hanok and Palu, and Hezron and Carmel, and the sons of Simeon, Jemuel and Jemin, and Ohad, and Jachin, and Zohar, and Shaul, the son of a Canaanitish woman, and the sons of Levi, Gershon, Kohath, and Merari.
All right, jump down to 26.
Verse 26. All the souls that came with Jacob into Egypt, which came out of his loins, besides Jacob's sons' wives, all the souls were 76.
76, okay? I mean 66, I'm sorry.
And the sons of Joseph, which were born him in Egypt, were 2 souls. All the souls of the house of Jacob, which came into Egypt, were 70. And he sent Judah.
70, okay?
And he sent Judah before him unto Joseph, to direct his face unto Goshen. And they came into the land of Goshen. And Joseph made ready his chariot, and went up to meet Israel his father, to Goshen, and presented himself unto him. And he fell on his neck, and wept on his neck a good while. And Israel said unto Joseph, Now let me die, since I have seen thy face, because thou art yet alive. And Joseph said unto his brethren, and unto his father's house, I will go up and show Pharaoh, and say unto him, My brethren and my father's house,
Pay attention.
which were in the land of Canaan, are come unto me. And the men are shepherds, for their trade hath been to feed cattle. And they have brought their flocks and their herds and all that they have. And it shall come to pass, when Pharaoh shall call you, and shall say, What is your occupation? That ye shall say, Thy servant's trade hath been about cattle from our youth even until now, both we and also our fathers, that ye may dwell in the land of Goshen, for every shepherd is an abomination unto the Egyptians.
Every shepherd is an abomination unto the Egyptians. Now, whoever knows, since I'm jumping around, I want the precept, okay, let me see, 43, 32, let me see. Go back to 43. Go back to 43, chapter 43, watch this, and read 30 to 32.
Genesis chapter 43 and verse 30. And Joseph made haste, for his bowels did yearn upon his brother, and he sought where to weep. And he entered into his chamber and wept there. And he washed his face and went out, and refrained himself, and said, Set on bread. And And they set one for him by himself.
So they set food for Joseph by himself, right?
And for them by themselves.
And for the Egyptians by themselves, right?
And for the Egyptians which did eat with him by themselves.
By themselves. Why?
Because the Egyptians might not eat bread with the Hebrews, for that is an abomination unto the Egyptians.
Now you might ask why I wanted that right there. Because of Revelation 11 and 8. Get that?
Let me see. Now can I do ownership
The
S?
Egyptians did not sit with the Hebrews to eat.
Let me see.
Revelation 11 and 8, IT, pay attention. I want the evidence that America is Egypt.
Okay.
Read that, Yuri.
Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
The great city is Babylon the Great, okay?
Which spiritually
is not physically, but spiritually, okay?
is called Sodom.
It's called Sodom. They have Sodom here.
And Egypt.
And this place is a spiritual Egypt. This ain't real Sodom and Gomorrah, and it ain't real Egypt. But it is a spiritual Sodom. It is a spiritual Egypt. So as you see there on the dollar bill, you have the pyramid, 1776 at the bottom, Novus Ordo Seclorum, New World Order, Annuit Coeptus, our enterprise success. Okay? Yes. So that right there, America knows that this is a spiritual Egypt, where they have captured some of the tribes of Israel here. Now, give me the, put the obelisk, that's up in Washington, D.C. Now you might ask, well, what does that have to do with the verses you just read? It has everything. IT, find the images that I just gave you, that you have already. Black and white, make it easy for you. They refused, y'all remember back in those times, Jim Crow time? They did not want to serve us. It was an abomination for Esau to sit and allow us to sit in their restaurants. Give me the next one. We serve whites only, no Spanish or Mexican. Next one. No dogs, no niggers, and no Mexicans. Next one. No Mexicans. No dogs, Negroes, or Mexicans. El Paso, Texas, 1929. These were things all across the South. Okay? So what we're reading about the occurrences in ancient Egypt, and we think it was from back then. No. This is recent. All of these things were more recent, over 60 years ago. Like we already said, we have got that little civil rights here from 1965 till today, and we think we've won the world. No, you have not. Now they're taking back all of those things. Hey, type in no blacks allowed. Sorry, keep my leg over there. No blacks allowed, Jim Crow. So what we read in Genesis 43, it says it's an abomination for an Egyptian to sit with a Hebrew. And you want to know why? All I want is images. Why the white man didn't want to sit down with us? Why the white man wouldn't even pray with us? John 3:16, Galatians 3:28. Remember that? Okay. All of these are Jim Crow laws. When we were forbidden to use their restaurants, their toilets, their water fountains, even. And Issachar was included in that too. Although a lot of Issachar today like to say, they're like Dominicans, I ain't no black. Oh no, you a nigga too. You're just a Spanish-speaking nigga. Okay? And after this time period, a lot of Mexicans wanted to be classified as white. A lot of them. There's books and records on that. They wanted to be, because they were never classified as white, they were classified as Negroes. No matter how light their skin was, some of them could pass. Okay? Look at that. NAAC, our fools. He lies. So Jake wanted Jim Crow era to end. They got Jim Crow in a casket over there. So you had your little 62 years of fun. And what have we done in those 62 years? The same thing South Africans have done since 1994 when they got rid of apartheid. The same thing, nothing. We have been not organized into any faction of society at all. We still don't have our own hospitals or nothing. least back then we had an excuse. We could say, they bombed our hospitals, which they did. They bombed our schools, which they did. Okay, now civil rights came. Now you know what you said? Let's integrate. Let's be as one with them. Now Esau says, you know what? Let's take away all little integration rules and laws. Colored seated in the rear. We don't even have our own bus line. And we know at that time we had our own buses to pick up black people. They didn't want that. We said, no, we want to be Hellenized, assimilated, integrated. Couldn't even drink the same water fountain stuff. Look at that. No niggas, no Jews, no dogs. Raise it up. And that's the only reason Amalek joined with us. So Yuri, read, where you at, Yuri?
Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8.
Go ahead, read that again.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
So where was our Lord crucified, brothers? In Jerusalem. So this isn't the real Jerusalem, but this is a spiritual Jerusalem. Those same spirits that hated and murdered Christ, they're back again. They're back again. Okay? Those same spirits, they hate Christ's image, they hate his teachings. It's the same thing here in America. Babylon the Great, in this spiritual Jerusalem. Yuri, back to Genesis. We're going to jump here. We're going to go quick.
Yes, sir.
Go to Genesis 47. Start at verse 1.
Genesis chapter 47 and verse 1.
Yeah.
Then Joseph came and told Pharaoh and said, my father and my brethren and their flocks and their herds and all that they have are come out of the land of Canaan. And behold, they are in the land of Goshen. And he took some of his brethren, even 5 men, and presented them unto Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said unto his brethren,
Come on, get up off of your show. Play the game and go to sleep.
Our servants are shepherds, both we and also our father. They said, moreover unto Pharaoh, for to sojourn in the land are we come.
So think, you got IT. Do me a favor. Raise it up, those images. So I'm looking for something. Lower it, lower it. Where were the other images you showed earlier today? Lower it. I want to see the images you showed earlier today. Lower. Am I saying lower? Am I saying the right words? Go to the top, IT. Okay, right there. The second, yes, put it on the screen. I showed this earlier. Why was Joseph telling them to say that you are shepherds? You see where it says 15th dynasty Hyksos? Raise it up, no. Right there.
Come on, you want to get to a stupid page, man.
For unknown reasons, the middle kingdom crumbled. Egypt once again slipped into disorder.
No, start up at top where it says 15th.
Yes, sir. 15th Hyksos, 16th and 17th dynasty.
The Hyksos were shepherd kings. Shepherds, they were shepherds. Okay?
1640 to 1550 BC. In a divided country, kings of these dynasties ruled contemporaneously with one another. For unknown reasons, the Middle Kingdom crumbled. Egypt once again slipped into disorder, and the crown of the pharaoh rapidly passed from one king to the next. Meanwhile, the Hyksos from Palestine took over the Delta region, founding the 15th dynasty, which dominated the country for decades. Ultimately, 17th dynasty, the Thebans declared war, and with the help of horse and chariot, a new lethal piece of military equipment from the Near East, liberated the Delta from foreign rule, ushering in the new kingdom.
So,
we here.
Before the new kingdom, you had the Hyksos there. Joseph was fully aware of the history of what the Hyksos did. That's why he told his father and his brothers, tell Pharaoh you are shepherds, because it was an abomination for the Egyptians to sit with shepherds. Joseph understood that history, okay? Letting you know that the Hyksos era predated Joseph for a little bit, at least. Back to Genesis 47, Yuri, what verse you at?
Verse 4.
Go ahead. Just jump down to 15.
Verse 15. And when money failed in the land of Egypt, and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, give us bread, for why should we die in thy presence?
This is very important, everyone. Listen good to this. Money failed in the land of Egypt. Right?
For the money faileth. And Joseph said, give your cattle, and I will give you for your cattle if money fails. And they brought their cattle into
What good is money during the time of famine? What good is money during the time of famine? Money is useless, right?
And they brought their cattle into Joseph. And Joseph gave them bread in exchange for horses, and for the flocks, and for the cattle of the herds, and for the asses, and he fed them with bread for all their cattle for that year.
For that year, watch that.
When that year was ended, they came unto him the second year, and said unto him, we will not hide it from my Lord, how that our money is spent. For my Lord also hath our herds of cattle. There is not aught left in the sight of my Lord, but our bodies and our lands.
All we got left is our bodies and lands, right?
Wherefore shall we die before thine eyes, both we and our land? By us.
By us, listen good.
And our land.
By us and our land, right?
For bread. And we in our land will be servants unto Pharaoh.
We'll be servants unto Pharaoh forever. Go ahead.
And give us seed, that we may live and not die, that the land be not desolate. And Joseph bought all the land of Egypt from Pharaoh. For the Egyptians sold every man his field, because the famine prevailed over them. So the land became Pharaoh.
Stop right there. Joseph under Pharaoh, bought all the land. Bought all the homes and houses and everything. Give me the Instagram clip. What's that rapper's name? KRS-One? Watch this. What does this got to do with anything? Has a lot to do. Pay attention.
What do you get? It seems the dumber you get. The smarter our intellectuals become, the more cowardly they become. This has something to do with this colonial education we're getting, because I know some great black minds. You know, I'm in the university system. I see these minds. I talk. I people, great minds. But that paycheck is going to dictate what's going to come out that mind. I'll come out your mouth of that mind.
And the paycheck is based off of that other piece of paper that they got to affirm their
I
paycheck.
got master's degree.
So therefore, I get paid more.
I get paid.
Therefore, I'm controlled by your system.
Let me just, I know the truth, but let me not speak it right now.
Nah, because I can't. I gotta feed my family.
Right. Now, feeding your family is way more important than speaking the truth to a people that's going to treat you like they did Dr. King.
They killed Dr. King.
If there was a reward to speaking truth, more people would. The true human resource is the mind. We never lost our lands, we lost our minds.
Give me the next one. I'm rushing, IT. Give me the next one. Pay attention to this.
Agenda 21 is kind of a code name for a master plan originated at the United Nations to change the political and economic system of the world to one of total collectivism. And in order to do that, people must not be allowed to have independence. They must be dependent on the state for everything. Otherwise, they won't be easily controlled by the state. That means they can't have private property, mostly. They cannot have land of their own.
Pause. I want you to see what he's saying, how it correlates to what happened in Egypt in Genesis 47. Go back a few seconds.
They won't be easily controlled by the state. That means they can't have private property, mostly. They cannot have land of their own. They have to live in, preferably in high-rise apartments that are provided to them.
Y'all don't see Blackstone, BlackRock creating apartments worldwide, all through America. They're trying to get rid of private homes, okay? And they controlling the rents and all that. Digital. Pay attention. Go ahead.
Mostly. They cannot have land of their own. They have to live in, preferably in high-rise apartments that are provided to them by the state as a benefit, so to speak. Oh, good, we got a free apartment. But these people at the top want all humans to be dependent on the largesse of the state. That means that they don't want anybody living out in the boonies. Anybody that's got a couple of acres of land and his own water supply and can grow his own food and that kind of thing, or have some sheep or some chickens, these people are a threat to the collectivist society. Because Because they aren't going to go to the politicians and say, please feed me, please clothe me, please give me shelter. They tend to be independent. They want people out of the country. They don't want anybody living out there, because that way they cannot be controlled.
So, what we're seeing there, we're seeing these little videos that is taking place slowly but surely behind the scenes. Meaning, that's why we read earlier in 2nd Esdras, even then shall evil, Jerry, did you read that? Even then shall evils multiply on the earth? You read that? Jerry?
No, sir.
Go back to, I heard you read that. 2nd Esdras 15, even the victuals shall be goodly cheap.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You did read it?
Yes, sir.
Read it again, because now you messing me up.
Yes, sir, Bishop.
2nd Esdras 15, I think it was, I forgot the verse. 21, thank you.
2nd Esdras chapter 15, 16, verse 21.
It's 16?
Yes, sir.
Okay, got it.
Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case.
Mm-hmm.
Even then shall evils grow upon earth.
Even then shall evils grow upon earth. Was that the whole verse?
Sword, famine, and great confusion.
So, even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and confusion. We briefly spoke about them moving your district lines, them creating homeless laws for imprisonment. There's many things that's going on behind the scenes. And while you're eating and with victuals so cheap and all that, oh, they just got, what is that plane they got rid of? Oh, that was the Negro plane right there. They got rid of that. They said the price is too cheap. Black people is fussing and fighting. Women go on there, black women go on there half naked, do whatever the hell they want. Let's get rid of that airline. It ain't no damn good. They got rid of that. Now you got, what's the next one? Frontier's the next one. Frontier's the next one. So America's trying to get them to join militarily with them. Spirit said no. Let's see what Frontier says.
They gonna make it to $2,000. Them niggas will still get the money, and they'll still throw a seed. Like, how the you throw a seed with $2,000?
These are things going Daniel 8:23. So remember what the apostle said. The things written aforetime was written for our learning. We'll read about Joseph and go, that's a nice story. It could never happen again. Don't fool yourself. Read that Daniel 8:23.
Daniel chapter 8, verse 23.
All I want is verse 23, Yuri. That's it.
Yes, sir. And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to the full, a king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up.
So we're in the latter end. This is talking about this era we're in now, this time that we're in now. There are people in this administration who are looking and studying the scriptures. Some of them, they read more than 4 chapters a day. What we ask y'all to do is baby stuff. You have Edomites. Give me, hey, precept that with Psalm 64 that you read earlier, and 6. Go ahead, put it on the screen.
Psalms chapter 64 and verse 6.
Come on.
They search out iniquities.
They search out iniquities.
They accomplish a diligent search.
You don't think they got people that sit there and their job is to study the scriptures. That's their job. And they do a diligence. So while you're doing it, I give my little 4 chapters. You have Edomites. They will read from sun up to sundown. That is, and take notes here, take notes there. How do you think we're getting to the point that's so similar that happened during the days of Joseph, when that famine came, and everybody said, look, we need the government to take care of us. We're going to give you our property, we'll give up everything, just take care of us, give us food. Oh, you don't think that'll happen again, do you? Keep playing. As they move all the grocery stores out of black communities, getting rid of Section 8, public housing, get rid of all that. And y'all keep playing games with your adultery, your lies. How many people we put up for adultery this week? Like 80 of y'all. 8 for adultery. Keep playing. Just keep playing. Hosea 12 and 10, please, Jerry. God ain't got time for you. Time ain't gonna slow because you wanna suck. You wanna do something. I stopped. I didn't say it. I just. You read!
Hosea chapter 12 and verse 10. I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets.
That's right. Isaiah 19. I'm just giving an example. I'm rushing. It's already. Go ahead, Yuri.
Isaiah chapter 19, verse 1. The burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it.
This Egypt is Babylon the Great. That's what it's talking about. Like we read earlier in Revelation 11 and 8. Spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Read on.
And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
You know what that means? Civil war. There will be civil war. Y'all don't see what's happening now? Trump did a major lawsuit to pay the rioters on January 6th money for them being arrested. Are you kidding me? What? Are you kidding me? You know, 5 people died. 5 people died. Some of them were killed. And now Trump is paying those rioters. Read verse 2 again, please.
And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians.
That's civil war, right?
And they shall fight, every one against his brother.
That's right.
And every one against his neighbor. City against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
So don't be surprised if it's blue states against red states. Now, I don't know how it's going to go down. Okay? What kind of state is Atlanta? Atlanta's a red state? Is it red? Okay, red state. You will have red against blue. Democrats against Republicans. And they're going to want everybody to pick a side. Watch. Read on, Yuri.
In the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof.
Yeah, that great American battle cry shall fail, right?
And I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord.
That's this administration right now, right?
And a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts.
Give me Genesis 48, Yuri.
Come on.
No, it's going to take too long. I'm going to just skip that. Give me Psalms 105:17.
The book of Psalms, chapter 105, verse 17.
I'm skipping a whole lot. We ain't going to be all day. I'm up here sweating too good.
He said, the man before them, even Joseph, who was sold for a servant, whose feet they hurt with fetters, he was laid in iron. Until the time that his word came.
Laid in iron, I mean, he was in chains. Go ahead.
Until the time that his word came, the word of the Lord tried him. The king sent and loosed him, even the ruler of the people, and let him go free. He made him lord of his house, and ruler of all his substance, to bind his princes at his pleasure, and teach his senators wisdom.
Joseph taught the men in Egypt wisdom. Joseph did that thing right there. Now, Genesis 49 real quick. Verse 1 and 2, Yuri.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 1. Come on. And Jacob called unto his sons and said.
So remember, Jacob is now in Egypt. He calls unto his sons, go ahead.
Gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
What you want to highlight are those last 4 words, in the last days. Christians read that and go, no, it happened to him. It said, in the last days. What don't you understand about that? Okay? Jump down to verse 22.
I'm taking a break. I'm thinking about something.
Joseph is a fruitful bow.
Joseph is now he's talking to Joseph, right?
Even a fruitful bow by a well.
Meaning they would live by islands in the last days. They would be on islands, right?
Whose branches run over the wall.
No, there were walls built. They call walls like El Muro was a wall. It's a fort that the white man built to keep other European countries from taking places like Puerto Rico, for example. Okay, read.
The archers.
So when it said the branches ran over the wall, the Puerto Rican people wanted to join with the European nations other than just Spain. That's what was going on, okay?
The archers have sorely grieved him.
The conquistadors have sorely grieved him, go ahead.
And shot at him, and hated him. And hated him. But his bow abode in strength, and the arms of his hands were made strong by the hands of the mighty God of Jacob. From thence is the shepherd, the stone of Israel.
That's right, read.
Even by the God of thy father, who shall help thee, and by the Almighty, who shall bless thee with blessings of heaven above.
Meaning good season, good climate, good weather, go ahead.
Blessings of the deep that lieth under.
Blessings, fish and gold and things beneath the waters, go ahead.
blessings of the breast and of the womb.
Children upon children upon children. Go ahead.
The blessings of thy father have prevailed above the blessings of all of my
So
progenitors.
the blessings of Joseph, this is Jacob speaking, have prevailed above the blessings of my father. Remember what God promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. None of that was fulfilled at that time. But Joseph ruled all Egypt. Everybody got that? So Canaan wasn't ours as yet. None of that was ours. That's why it said, read the verse again.
Oh,
The blessings of thy
shit.
father
Joseph, which is Joseph,
have prevailed above the blessings of my progenitors
Abraham and Isaac.
unto the utmost bound of the everlasting hills. They shall be on the head of
See
Joseph
that these blessings shall be on the head of Joseph.
and on the crown of the head of him that was separate from his brethren.
That's right, right there. That was down to verse 26.
Yes, sir.
All right, give me the next book, IT. Give me the next book. No, next book. Yes, thank you. Read that.
Lost tribes and promised land.
Now, I got this back in the 90s. Y'all could probably get this today. Let's go inside. Zoom in on the highlight. Read it. Can you read that highlight section right there, Yuri?
Yes, sir. Passages from Spanish explorers in the southern United States, 1528 to 1543.
So these aren't clever writings. These were records. These were records put into this book form. Next page, 187, please. Let's read that.
Duran came to see elements of a Judaic character in the old Aztec religion.
That's the Mexicans. Okay?
At first, this tendency appears only as a fervent search for Jewish analogies.
So notice he said he found Judaic characters in the old Aztec religion. Go ahead.
Provoked by Aztec customs, such as the eating of only unleavened bread on certain days of the year, the prohibition of drinking liquids after the eating of certain ritual foods, and the use of baths for purification.
I got search this word
begins
right
to
quick,
seem to
y'all.
Duran like overwhelming evidence that the Indians are indeed descended from the lost tribes of Israel.
That's right.
And he opens his last and most important work, The History of the Indies of New Spain, with an unqualified assertion to this effect. In this way, even certain fundamental legends can be explained, such as the one that Montezuma presented to Cortez. The departure of the great lord in antiquity now seems to Duran to be a memory of Moses. As for the abject condition of the Indian, it can now be accounted for in the classic way. This is God's punishment once again wrought upon the Jewish people for their sins.
That's right. Jump down.
In Peru,
In Peru. Go ahead.
in the 1560s and 70s, a Dominican friar called Francisco de la Cruz had declared himself the Messiah of a New World Christianity, which had to fight a war to the death against the Indians in order to bring on the final redemption, because they were the lost tribes of Israel.
See what this Edomite want to do? Bring on a major fight to slaughter them, to force Christ to come back. This is in Peru. Give me the next page.
A lost tribe discovered in New York in September 1644. A Portuguese Marano named Antonio de Montesinos.
Jump down.
Yes, sir. Nothing more had been offered by them on this point, but later in the same conversation, Francisco, one of the Indian guides, had declared that his countrymen would be avenged upon the Spaniards in time anyway by means of a people now hidden.
The people now hidden was Judah. Go ahead.
Upon his
Remember, give me that in Psalms 83. Psalms 83, it might be verse 3. Consult the hidden ones. How about that verse, Yuri? I'm not looking.
Yes, sir. Psalms chapter 83 and verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
See that thy hidden one? It's the same thing the book is saying. Read that. Go back to the book, Yuri.
Yes, sir.
Read that line again.
Had declared that his countrymen would be avenged upon the Spaniards in time anyway by means of a people now hidden.
All right, go ahead.
Upon his return to Cartagena, the Judaizing Montesinos had found himself accused by the Inquisition and put in prison. Praying for salvation in his cell one day, he was reciting what was by then a standard formula among New World Moranos. Blessed be the name of the Lord, who has not made me an idolater, a barbarian, a Negro, an Indian. When suddenly he stopped. Those Indians, he told himself, they are Hebrews. That
Keep reading. Just keep reading.
Yes, sir. Pondering this thought, incredulously, and yet with growing conviction. He resolved that if he ever was released, he would seek out the Indian Francisco and try to learn the truth. Montezino's story, unclear as to the circumstances of his incarceration, is equally unclear as to those of his release. But released he was, and he immediately went to Francisco, revealing himself as a Jew. Montezino's proclaimed his conviction that Francisco's hidden people were of the same race as he. Would Francisco lead him to them?
Jump down for time's sake. I'm sorry, y'all.
Eventually, a canoe appeared, bearing 3 men and a woman, all of them Indians, to the place where Francisco and Montesinos were standing at the water's edge. The woman got off and spoke to Francisco in an Indian tongue that Montesinos could not understand, although he could perceive that he was being identified in the conversation. She then turned to her male companions to explain the situation. Upon hearing her words, they arose, went over to Montesinos,
fucking
and to
259, man.
utter astonishment said, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Ehad. Hear, O Israel.
I need to stop
the Lord
typing.
our God, the Lord is one. They had recited in Hebrew the fundamental credo of Judaism.
Jump down.
They told him that they were themselves of the tribe of Reuben, and that the tribe of Joseph lived on an island nearby.
Right, so Joseph lived on an island nearby. That was Puerto Rico, and you had Manasseh, Cuba, was near there. Okay, next page. I'm just rushing through this now.
His ancestors, to their eternal shame, had indeed made war on them and persecuted them. Only the sorcerers of his tribe had perceived that they were a special people.
76, good.
That they should be left alone. The God of these children of Israel is the true God.
That's right.
They had said, and everything inscribed on their tablets is
Damn.
true.
Oh, I thought they
I need a break, y'all. I need
Everything
some water.
inscribed on the tablet is true. Remember, these are records that Spain collected, okay?
At the end of days, they will be lords of all the nations of the earth.
That's what they don't want. Go ahead.
One nation will come, bringing many things to this land.
That's right, Judah. Go ahead.
And after we have all been provided for,
The truth.
these children of Israel will go forth from where they now are and reign over the whole earth as they once did.
Y'all see that right there? Hey, that's right. Hey, get that in Daniel 7:27. Get that in Daniel 27. Woo.
Daniel, chapter 7, verse 27. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High.
That's the whole earth, go ahead.
Whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him.
That's right. Let's go back to Deuteronomy 33, please. Read verse 1 for us.
Deuteronomy chapter 33 and verse 1. Come on. And this is the blessing wherewith Moses, the man of God, blessed the children of Israel before his death.
So now, Moses blesses the 12 tribes before he dies. Jump down to verse 13, please.
Verse 13. And of Joseph he said, Blessed of the Lord be his land, for the precious things of heaven.
Good weather, good climate, go ahead.
For the dew, and for the deep that coucheth beneath.
That's the things in the ocean, fish and things like that, go ahead.
And for the precious fruits brought forth by the sun.
The fruits brought forth by the sun.
And for the precious things put forth by the moon.
So there's things brought forth by the moon, like in Puerto Rico, you got the coquí frog, I think it's called, the coquito frog, whatever the name of it is. It only comes out during the time of the moon. There's certain things that's grown on Cuba and Puerto Rico, it only comes out by the moon, the new moon, the full, what they call the full moon. Go ahead.
And for the chief things of the ancient mountains, and for the precious things of the lasting hills, and for the precious things of the earth, and fullness thereof, and for the goodwill of him that dwelt in the bush.
That was Christ. Remember it said the Spirit of Christ was in the bush? That's what it's talking about, go ahead.
Let the blessing come upon the head of Joseph, and upon the top of the head of him that was separated from his brethren.
No, go ahead.
His glory is like the firstling of his bullock.
That's Ephraim.
And his horns are like the horns of unicorns.
When it says unicorn, it means rhinoceros. Go ahead.
With them he shall push the people together to the ends of the earth.
That's very important. With them, he shall push the people to the ends of the earth. Go ahead.
And they are the 10,000s of Ephraim, and they are the thousands of Manasseh.
That goes with Second Ezra 13, you read 40 to 45. To explain, with them he shall push the people to the ends of the earth. So Ephraim and Manasseh were used instrumentally by God to push the 10 tribes from the eastern hemisphere to the western hemisphere here. Yuri, read that.
Second Ezra chapter 13 and verse 40. These are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanasseh, the king of Assyria, led away captive. And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen, and go forth into a further country, where never mankind dwelt, that they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
Y'all can put it on the screen. Go ahead.
And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river.
There's Euphrates up there.
For the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half.
So it took a year and a half to travel. Go ahead.
And the same region is called Arsaris.
So that's the region that America is called. It was called Arsaris. Okay. From there, give me Hosea 11 and 10. I'm just rushing now. I'm sorry.
Hosea chapter 11 and verse 10.
Very important.
They shall walk after the Lord. He shall roar like a lion. When he shall roar, then the children shall tremble from the west.
How'd they get to the west? We just read that in Deuteronomy 33:17 and 2nd Ezra 13. That's how they got to the western hemisphere over here. Everybody understand that? Am I going too fast? All right. Give me Hosea 7 and 8.
Hosea chapter 7 and verse 8. Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned.
Now they like to say that's not talking about interracial. Yes, it is. Hold on, I'm gonna give you a precept. First Esdras 8:70 about mixing. First Esdras chapter 8, verse 70. We coming back here, Yuri.
First Esdras chapter 8 and verse 70. Come on. For both they and their sons have married with their daughters, and the holy seed is mixed with the strange.
What was that word? The holy seed is what?
Is mixed.
Is mixed. Go ahead.
With the strange people of the land.
That's all I want. Let's go back. Hosea 7 and 8 again. Huh?
Hosea chapter 7 and verse 8. Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people.
So we just gave you the precept, right?
Ephraim is a cake not turned.
A cake not turned. You got some very light. Why? Because they mixed with Esau. Very light, extremely light. Some of them can pass to Esau. Then you got some that did not mix, and they're very dark. Read.
Strangers have devoured his strength.
The white man has devoured Ephraim's strength,
and he knoweth it not.
Ephraim does not know. He didn't realize it.
Whoever.
Yea,
This nigga, that nigga, that nigga, this nigga.
Meaning they grow old. Right?
Yet he knoweth not.
He grows old and don't know his history.
Mm-hmm.
Ephraim will grow old and not know their own history. Chapter 9, verse 3, please, Hosea.
Hosea
Ooh, it's
chapter
cold.
9, verse 3. They shall not dwell in the Lord's land, but Ephraim shall return to Egypt.
Ephraim shall return to Egypt. That's what we read in Revelation 11 and 8. That great city which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt.
They shall eat unclean things in Assyria.
They shall eat unclean things in Assyria. So just like that precept with Ezekiel 4:13 here, real quick. Just like Ephraim would eat unclean things in Assyria, so all the tribes.
Ezekiel chapter 4 verse 13. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them.
Let's go back now. Give me, I'm sorry,
Man, this one lit up, nigga.
Hosea
Cut up.
Verse 13, please.
Hosea chapter 9 verse 13.
Wait. Read verse 11.
Hosea chapter 9 verse 11. As for Ephraim, their glory shall fly away like a bird from the birth, and from the womb, and
Let me
from
see what it say.
conception.
That's right.
Though they bring up their children,
Oh.
yet will I bereave them, that there shall not be a man left. Yea, woe also to them when I depart from them. Ephraim, as I saw Tyrus, is planted in a pleasant place.
Pleasant place, that's what Moses spoke about and Jacob spoke about. Pleasant place, islands, right?
But Ephraim shall bring forth his children to the murderer.
Ephraim willingly would take their children to improve la raza. We want our race to be improved, so we want our children to have straight hair. We don't want that nigga hair, that nappy hair. We want straight hair, light skin, and lighter eyes. That's what the Bible said Ephraim would do. Read it again.
Ephraim, as I saw Tyrus, is planted in a pleasant place. But Ephraim shall bring forth his children to the murderer.
That's right.
Give them, O Lord, what wilt thou give? Give them a miscarrying womb and dry breast.
You know what that means? God said a lot of those Edomite kids, I'm going to kill a whole lot of them. That's what it says. What you going to give them, Lord? I'm going to give them a miscarrying womb and dry breast. So don't worry, brothers. Am I talking to a Edomite? Don't worry about that. Just teach. God said he got rid of a lot of that. That's didn't we I just read that in verse 14. Jump down to verse 16.
Verse 16. Ephraim is smitten, their root is dried up. They shall bear no fruit. Yea, though they bring forth, yet will I slay even the beloved fruit of their womb.
That's why God said, no worry. The ones that's out, that's Ephraim. You be like, no, I think that's Ephraim. Just shut up. That's Ephraim right there. Okay, now I'm gonna do a major jump, y'all. I'm sorry. I wanted to touch on Cornelius, but no, I'm not going to today. Give me Acts 10. Just go do it quick. Acts 10, since y'all read it in the back. Hey, put the map on the board. IT. I want the Holy Land now. Holy Land now. Let me look at it. Yeah, read.
Acts chapter 10 and verse 1. There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band
Italian.
called the Italian band.
Italian
A devout
band.
man, and one that feared God with all his house, which gave much alms to the people, and prayed to God always. He saw in a vision, evidently about the 9th hour of the day, an angel of God coming into him and saying unto him, Cornelius. And when he looked on him, he was afraid and said, What is it, Lord? And he said unto him, Thy prayers and thine alms are come up for a memorial before God.
So Cornelius was a devout man. Where did he come from? Read again, where he came from?
There was a certain man, verse 1, there was a certain man in Caesarea.
In Caesarea, on the map. I can't see. Is it blurry? Go to the map before it. Dang, I took a terrible picture. Zoom in. Y'all see Caesarea right there, right above Samaria, on the left. That's Manasseh's land right there. Okay? That's where Cornelius was from. Right there. So we're all Cornelius was the northern kingdom. You could jump up and say, Goy! All you want to don't give a damn. He's Goy! Shut up! Do some research, do some study. Acts 15:15.
And then we'll end up turning the air on.
15, verse 15.
Here's more proof. So when God accepted Cornelius and his kinsmen, now comes Acts 15. But that was Acts 10. Now comes Acts 15:15.
And to this agree the words of the prophets, as it is written. After
Is it
this
plural?
I will return and will build again the tabernacle of David, which is fallen down.
What does that mean? Bring back the 12 tribes of Israel. Bring back what? The southern kingdom and the northern kingdom. It makes no sense. Christians don't realize what happened to the northern kingdom. I don't know. That's what they do. Matthew 4:15. Matthew 4:15. I'm gonna have to cut it short because I got a lot of scriptures and I'm getting hot. Come on.
Matthew chapter 4, verse 15.
Let's go.
The land of Zebulun
The land of Zebulun.
and the land of Naphtali, by the way of the sea, beyond Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles.
That's what they call northern kingdom, the Gentiles. Christians ain't figured that out yet. Back to Acts 15:15, please.
Acts chapter 15, verse 15. And to this agree the words of the prophets.
What prophets? Amos, good.
As it is written, after this I will return and will build again the tabernacle of David, which is fallen down.
We're going to bring back northern kingdom with southern kingdom. Word it like that. How about that? Go ahead.
and I will build again the ruins thereof, and I will set it up, that the residue of men might seek after the Lord.
They're going to seek him in slavery. It's going to say that. We're going to say that. Right?
And all the Gentiles upon whom my name is called.
That's Jews and Christians. Those that call themselves Jewish, those that call themselves Christian. IT, was that a good map with Caesarea? Huh? Okay, we didn't want that. Amos 9:11. Amos 9:11.
Amos chapter 9, verse 11.
Y'all know I don't like doing part twos. I hate that thing. I got to come back to this, but I'm going to have to change the titles. And if y'all got today's class, you're going to get the next one. Amos 9:11, please.
Yes, sir. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen.
This is what James and Peter were quoting, right?
And close up the breaches thereof.
He's going to bring back southern kingdom with northern kingdom.
And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old.
As in the days of old. Go ahead.
That they may possess the remnant of Edom.
That they may possess the remnant of Edom.
And of all the heathen which are called by my name.
They call themselves Jewish and they call themselves Christian. Remember, Christian is a Greek word that means anointed ones. They're not the anointed ones. We are. Go ahead.
Which are called by my name, saith the Lord that doeth this.
Revelation 7:4, please.
Revelation chapter 7 and verse 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and they were sealed 144,000 of all the tribe of the children of Israel. Of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000.
That's right.
Of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Asher were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Naphtali were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Manasseh were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Simeon were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Levi were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Issachar were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Zebulun were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Joseph were sealed 12,000.
Of the tribe of Joseph was, I want to highlight that, of the tribe of Joseph were sealed 12,000. Go ahead.
Of the tribe of Benjamin were sealed 12,000. After this I beheld.
Stop. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. Go back. No, there was something in Revelation 7. Y'all see the bottom of verse 6? You ever read the bottom of verse 6?
Yes, sir. Of the tribe of Manasseh were sealed 12,000.
So Manasseh is mentioned here, right? Then jump down to where were you at? 8 again?
Yes, sir. Of the tribe of Zebulun were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Joseph were sealed 12,000.
So Joseph is mentioned, Ephraim is not. But Joseph here is Ephraim. How do we know that? Ezekiel 37 and verse 19. Write the precept down.
Ezekiel chapter 37 and verse 19. Say unto them, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim.
See that? Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim. Go ahead.
And the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in mine hand.
That's right. From there, give me. Let's go to the end. Genesis 50 and 15, please.
Oh, I'm here?
Genesis 50 and 50. I'm going to get back to. I'm going to close out with Joseph and them. Then we're going to jump real quick into something else real quick. Go ahead, read that.
Genesis chapter 50, verse 15.
Come on.
And when Joseph's brethren saw that their father was dead, they said, Joseph.
So Jacob has died. Now they're going to Joseph. They're scared now that Joseph is going to seek revenge on them. Go ahead.
They said, Joseph will peradventure hate us, and will certainly requite us all the evil which we did unto him. And they sent a messenger unto Joseph, saying, thy father did command before he died, saying, so shall ye say unto Joseph, forgive, I pray thee now, the trespass of thy brethren, and their sin, for they did unto thee evil. And now we pray thee, forgive the trespass of the servants of the God of thy father. And Joseph wept when they spake unto him. And his brethren also went and fell down before his face. And they said, behold, we be thy servants.
Watch.
And Joseph said unto them, fear not, for am I in the place of God?
Here come, this is the point we want.
But as for you, ye thought evil against me, But God meant it unto good, to bring to pass as it is this day, to save much people alive.
Only a spiritual man can understand that. Joseph was on another level when it came to understanding. He was able to sit back and reflect on all that happened to him, and he knew it was God's divine plan. He may not have understood it while he was in the midst, but going through 7 years of plenty, 7 years of famine, he realized his purpose, and God set that whole thing up. Everybody understand that? Romans 8 verse 28 is the next precept to that. Romans 8, we all go through things, and we might not understand it while we're going through it. Why is God doing it for me? Why am I going through this and nobody else going through this? There's a purpose. Romans 8:28.
Romans chapter 8 verse 28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God.
If you love God, all things work together for good, okay?
To them who are the called.
To them who are the called.
According to his purpose.
According to his purpose. When it says all things work together for good, it means that. Whether you suffer in poverty, health problems, eviction, trials, tribulations, temptations, whatever it is, you gotta endure to the end, to the whatever you're going through. Endure it until the last freaking end. And if God's gonna give me that Job 40 real quick. Job 40. This is what second Esdras, Ecclesiasticus, Baruch was talking about. Endure to the end, and God shall restore. Job 40 years.
That's a sunrise ringtone.
Yes, okay, thank you.
The sunrise in Detroit. Now we in 5 o'clock. Ooh, let me talk to y'all. So in Detroit, I did 48229. That's downtown,
Go ahead, read.
like the casino or something. So we in the 5 a.m. Yesterday was 6 a.m. on the nose. Now it's 5:59, and the day ends at 9:02. So we got the long. We in the part where the hours is at the brink, the maximum hours. Now we're just doing the minutes. We in the 5th hour after the static Gregorian midnight. You know, and then we at the 9th hour after the static Gregorian noon. It's just that 59 minutes and 2 minutes. And we get into the longest day is 15 hours and 16 minutes. We have 15 hours and 2 minutes now. 15 hours and 16 minutes to last until the 15 to the 26th. June 26th.
Wait for his mercy. Go ahead.
And go not aside lest ye fall.
Don't go aside. I want to leave this truth. I want to leave and do something else. Says you're gonna fall. Okay.
So the best part of summary is the 17th to the 25th. That's the longest days.
That's right. Go ahead.
They ain't the hottest days. Nah, I doubt that.
Was Job confounded? No. Go ahead.
Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
That's right. Come on.
For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiving sins.
All right, I took a break.
From there, Isaiah 43 and 3. We're almost done. Isaiah 43 and 3. I'm at the end of this thing. Isaiah 43 and 3. Back to Egypt. Back to Egypt. Back to Egypt.
Isaiah chapter 43 verse 3. Cry in the Lord thy God, the Holy One of Israel, thy Savior. I gave Egypt for thy ransom.
I destroyed Egypt for you.
Ethiopia.
I destroyed Ethiopia.
And Seba.
And Seba, Somalia.
For thee.
For thee. That's the Nile, the pure bloods. Okay?
Since thou was precious in my sight.
So that because the Israelites was precious. We're precious in his sight. Go ahead.
Thou hast been honorable.
We have been honorable, he says. Go ahead.
And I have loved thee. Therefore will I give men for thee.
Therefore will I, when it says give men for thee, I mean kill men for thee. Go ahead.
And
so we don't got to do nothing. God said, let me do it. Go ahead. Read again.
Since thou was precious in my sight, thou hast been honorable, and I have loved thee. Therefore will I give men for thee, and people for thy life. Fear not, for I am with thee. I will bring thy seed from the east, and gather thee from the west.
That's right.
I will say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back. Bring my my sons from far, and my daughters from the ends of the earth.
That's right.
Even every one that is called by my name.
Mhm.
For I have created him for my glory. I have formed him, yea, I have made him.
Wisdom of Solomon 18:7.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18 and verse 7. Come on. So of thy people was accepted both the salvation of the righteous and destruction of the enemy.
There can be no salvation without the destruction of your enemies. There can be no salvation of the oppressed without the destruction of the oppressor. Does everybody understand that? That is so plain, but for Christians it's so difficult to understand that. Isaiah 11:13. Isaiah 11:13.
Isaiah chapter 11 verse 13. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart.
So whatever northern kingdom has against southern kingdom, it must depart. Okay?
And the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off.
And the enemies of Judah shall be cut off.
Ephraim shall not envy Judah.
Ephraim shall not envy Judah.
And Judah shall not vex Ephraim.
You know why? Here's the Lord. Leviticus 19:17, please. They must, northern kingdom and southern kingdom, must apply this law if they want
Leviticus.
salvation. Okay?
Leviticus chapter 19 verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
That's it right there. Right? Was that it, Yuri?
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord.
Matthew 22:36. No one's getting into the kingdom with hatred in their heart. No one's entering New Jerusalem. No one's going, you ain't making it out of the wilderness with hatred in your heart. Read that.
Matthew chapter 22 verse 36. Master, which is the great commandment in the law. Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment.
That's right. Here's what. Now, watch this.
And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
So when it says your neighbor, like we read, it means the children of your people. That's your race. So they're literally saying, love your race. And that's something blacks and Latins, we have not learned that. We have not learned that. You look at South Africa, they have not learned that. They love the white man more than their own brother and sister that look just like them. They'll despise their own people. So God's laws must be continued to be pushed and taught in this earth. Zechariah 9:11, we'll close out. Zechariah 9:11, we're going to end it with that one. Zechariah 9:11, IT, you ready? Yeah.
Come on. Zechariah chapter 9 verse 11. Let's go. As for thee also, by the blood of thy covenant, I have sent forth thy prisoners out of the pit.
The blood of the covenant, Hebrews 13 and 20, Yuri, please, to explain. As for thee also, by the blood of the covenant, what does it mean? Hebrews 13 and 20.
Hebrews chapter 13.
Read the whole verse, Yuri. Don't pause and make me think it ends.
Verse 20, yes sir. Now the God of peace that brought again from the dead our Lord Jesus, that great shepherd of the sheep, through the blood of the everlasting covenant. That was it, sir.
That was it. Okay, go back. Verse 11 again.
Yes,
Zechariah 9:11.
Sir, Zechariah chapter 9 verse 11. As for thee also, by the blood of thy covenant.
That's the new covenant blood of Christ. Go ahead.
I have sent forth thy prisoners out of the pit.
We are the prisoners. The pit is the same valley in Ezekiel 37. That pit is Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
Wherein is no water.
There's no truth in this land. Go ahead.
Turn ye to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope.
The stronghold is the Holy Bible. We are the prisoners of hope. We are the prisoners of hope, hoping for New Jerusalem. Some of our people hoping for equality. We ain't hoping for no damn equality. We are hoping for supremacy, like it says in Deuteronomy. Get that, Yuri, in case somebody, oh, you going off key now. Deuteronomy 7 and 6, Yuri. Come on. This is what God says. When you keep your equality and shove it up your...
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. But thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
We are holy. Go ahead.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
We are special unto God.
Above.
A what?
Above.
Does it say equal?
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
So to hell with your equality. You don't want that. You know when you gotta think about the white man's words. When he says we're all equal, what does that translate to? Him on top, we on the bottom. It's all trickery when he speaks. Here we go back to Zach.
Zechariah chapter 9 and verse 12. Turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee. When I have bent Judah for me.
He's going to bend Judah. Go ahead. He's going to bend Judah to his will. Go ahead.
Fill the bow with Ephraim.
And he's going to fill the bow with Ephraim.
And raise up thy sons, Uzziah.
Against who?
Against thy sons, O Greece.
So he's going to raise up all 12 tribes against Esau. Go ahead.
And made thee as the sword of a mighty man.
He's going to transform us from these weak, frail bodies we got into the sword of a mighty man. Come on.
And the Lord shall be seen over them.
And this is how you know it's going to be God's doing. Ain't going to be no question. You're going to see the chariots of God above our heads. Read.
And his arrows shall go forth as the lightning.
You're going to see the lightnings coming forth in destruction. Go ahead.
And the Lord God shall blow the trumpet and shall go with whirlwinds of the south.
The whirlwinds of the south are the chariots. Go ahead.
The Lord of hosts shall defend
It
them.
says the Lord of hosts shall defend us.
And they shall devour and subdue with sling stones. And they shall drink and make a noise as through wine. And they shall be filled like bowls and as the corners of the altar.
That's right.
And the Lord their God shall save them in that day.
He's going to save us in that day. Go ahead.
As the flock of his people.
We are the flock of his people. Go ahead.
For they shall be as the stones of a crown.
Not a brick. Not cement. He said we shall be like stones of a crown. That's rubies. That's jewels. That's how we going to be. Go ahead.
Lifted up as an ensign upon his land.
That's right.
For how great is his goodness and how great is his beauty. Corn shall make the young men cheerful.
That's right.
And new wine the maize.
So with that, brothers and sisters, 12 tribes. 12 tribes. 12 tribes. And with that, we out of here. It's hot. I am burning up. Who brought me this quarter zip? And quarter zip and a turtleneck. All praises, all praises. The class was much more intricate, but it's going to be long. And I ain't got the strength to do it. Sorry. All praises. I'll ask Bishop Yao something to do in a couple of weeks.
Give it all praises. Let's clap it up for another fire class for Bishop Nathaniel. All right, go ahead, IT. Play that first announcement.
So where do we start?
I'm Bishop Nathaniel. I'm the founder of Israel United in Christ, founded in 2003. We teach that the blacks and Latinos, Native American Indians, are part of the 12 tribes of Israel, spoken of in the Bible. The Bible talks about all races. All races have a place in God's plan. The fortunate thing for us is that we are God's chosen people.
So you're saying the blacks are Israelites?
Yes.
And the Jews are not?
They're not. The blacks are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Hit the bomb! All praises.
All praises, all praises. That's right. Yeah!
Yeah!
Bishop Nathaniel brought out the unfiltered truth on soft white underbelly, speaking boldly, challenging popular narratives, and presenting a perspective that many popular people rarely hear. Let's help the truth reach the four corners of the earth and spark conversations worldwide. Share, repost, engage so more people can hear the word. All praise. Clap it up, clap it up.
Who got John here reading? Who have him reading? He's just messing words up over there. Oh, okay.
Play the next video.
We're here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for Black Bikers Week.
They say got some understanding of the Bible, but not quite.
give you everything else. He give you, he made you in your own image, in his own image.
What? Well, alrighty, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. In a time when violence, drug activity, confusion, and wickedness are destroying our communities, the prophets of the Most High blitz Black Bike Week to bring the true gospel of repentance and salvation. As recent violence during Bike Week has shown,
All right.
our people don't need more entertainment.
I gotta take a break.
They need truth and guidance.
I'm done. I want to do 150, but I'm at that Tupac song, and that Tupac song need another set of eyes on it. All right.
Michigan, a Northern Kingdom parade, the so-called Cinco de Mayo, where they celebrate independence. But as we know, Issachar is not independent. Issachar is under captivity, under persecution, through ICE, through government raids, oppressing our people, supporting them. So what you don't know about Detroit is that it's very heavily segregated between Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom, between blacks and Latinos.
There's a lot of niggas living in Southwest. There's a lot of niggas. Niggas, Southwest is, when you got static on the east-west side, you go to Southwest to hide out. All right, all praise to the Most High God, Yahweh, I'm out. All praise.